Hi Scorpio. Hi Scorpio, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective 2025 reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you're likely to find messages there. Now, the idea with the 2025 readings is we're going to get one card for each month with the tarot to go through what's going on with the month. We're then going to pull some clarifiers and some advice with the oracle cards to help give you some guidance and clarify anything that, or try and help clarify some of the situations that's going on. Now, this will be time stamped as well, so you can come back to it at any point. You can watch just 1 month at a time, however you want to do it. Now, obviously, with it being collective, not every month is going to fit for yourself, so you may want to check out your other placements for other months, depending on where it's falling, and you might find that another placement of yours fits better for that particular month. Right, now let's get into this for you. So, Spirit, can we get some cards, please, for Scorpio for what's going to go on in 2025? We get some cards, please, for Scorpio, Spirit. So, how many is that so far? 5, 6, 8. So, 4 more cards, please, Spirit. You give me too many there, but we'll take them. Okay. So, right then. So to kick it off then in January, we have a 5 of Wands in the reverse. So you're very much not wanting to compete for things in January. You don't feel the need to. You're walking away from any kind of competition. Now, that could be obviously work placements. If you're going for promotions, you might feel like you don't need to compete or it's not worth your time and your energy. It could very well be that you are just moving away from things that are not really serving your purpose. Potentially, if you've got a lot of conflict and a lot of chaos and drama around you, you're very much just walking away from it. You're not letting anybody bait you. You're kind of walking away from any kind of provocation there as well. Now, with regards to that too, it is also suggesting that, if you are in any kind of difficult relationships, that you're going to be walking away from any conflict within those, potentially settling conflicts within it. Now, it could also be that if you've got a particular partner, and they keep putting you in competition with other people, you may be walking away from that. And it could just simply be that you don't feel like you need to compete anymore. It could be very much where the world's concerned. Let's face it, there's so many people out there that want to compete with everyone. You're very much suggesting that you're done competing. You don't feel the need to. You are rising above it, very much suggesting that, you're above needing to compete. Very much just leaving it, letting people go with light and love and just going towards what you want, not letting other people influence you and your behaviour, and just moving forward with it. Now, to clarify that, we do also have, what's this one? So we've got a Lynx, Keeper of Secrets. So take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see other secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So potentially taking time away from other people, especially if there's anyone around you that is causing chaos by, gossiping, things like that. Potentially you've got people around you that want to know other people's secrets to spread them around. And if there is anybody like that, you're keeping well out of it. You're making sure that any secrets you've been given are being kept, and you're keeping your own secrets too. You don't want other people to know them. Potentially you've got people around you that are very likely to steal your ideas, and it very much showing that you aren't really interested in letting people do that. We have mutually beneficial venture as well. So there is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at the moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. So you could potentially have somebody in your energy that you can benefit from. Potentially, if they're trying to compete with you, for instance, it could be that instead of competing with them, that you're actually deciding that you're going to work with them instead, and you come up with some collaborative ideas to benefit both of you instead of competing over the same things. And now, if it is a relationship, it could just be simply that, like I say, you're coming out of conflict. Maybe you had competing or conflicting opinions previously, and you could be coming to some sort of compromise that's going to work well for both of you. Then we have a moonlit cloak, so intuition and unconscious mind. So whatever you're doing, you're going to be listening very much to your intuition when you're going through this. So you may be seeing things coming up before they happen. Very much suggesting that you are going to be rising above any sort of conflict, very much knowing when it's going to happen, trying to avoid it completely. You could even see the red flags coming towards you, and it's like you're in that state of mind where you can kind of like not so much avoid it, but it's like it's happening, or it's about to come, so you can stop it coming. So it's like being very proactive in preventing it happening. Now in February we do have a Knight of Wands. He's in the reverse, so he is suggesting to me that you are going to be feeling a little bit of lack of energy in February. Now this could also be somebody in your energy. It is a fire sign card, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, so potentially could be a fire sign. If it is, it's somebody that could be a bit disloyal and potentially betraying. So possibly you may have somebody that likes to move fast and betray people potentially in your energy. So if you have, just be wary of that happening in February. But it does feel to me more like you may have been putting in a lot of energy, a lot of time into something that you were passionate about, and you've kind of lost a bit of energy towards it. You could be feeling really tired. You could have lost a little bit of focus there as well with it being in the reverse. We do have a coyote, revealer of truth. So don't take things too seriously, make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. So you could also make a mistake there as well, and it could be something that you just need to laugh at a little bit. That Knight of Wands, he's very passionate and he goes after things with a lot of energy, but then normally when he gets it, he loses steam. So it could very well be that you've gone after something with a lot of passion and a lot of drive, and then as soon as you've got it, you've lost the steam on it. And it could very well be that you need to rebuild that focus. So very much laughing at yourself for going at things full force. Now this could be in any realm. It could be a relationship. It could be in work situation. For instance, if you've got a new project that needs to be done, you could be putting a lot of time, effort and enthusiasm into it, potentially a bit too much time, and then you could end up burning yourself out. Or it could be that you get really far to the end of the project, really close to it, and they cancel the project, but you've put so much time and effort into it. So you feel like it was an absolute mistake to do, but you just got to laugh at yourself because you've learnt a massive lesson there. Very much learning what's coming in, and just enjoying the process as well, being, having fun doing it, being light-hearted. Now, literally, while I've been on this card, I've had to pause this recording about 3 or 4 times because I keep yawning. So it's definitely suggesting to me that you're out of steam, that you are lacking a bit of energy there as well, because I wasn't tired until I hit that card. We've got keeping it in check. So pay attention to what's going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. So potentially you driving into something too quick, putting all that passion and that energy into something could make you lose focus, could make you lose the energy because you might miss something. And that could be very much why you're going to end, you could make mistakes because you're going at it so quick that you miss something, and then because you've missed something, you lose focus, and it just kind of makes you lose that energy as well. And then we've got the rainbow bridge: connection, hope, and promise. So whatever this is, it is going to be something to do with connecting with other people. So it could be working with other people. It could be simply a relationship. Maybe you charge full force at a particular person thinking that, it's going to be a great relationship, but what you haven't realized is that they've already got somebody else. It could be something along those lines, could give you a lot of hope, a lot of promise of a great tomorrow. Even a project at work, it could give you that promise and that hope of getting brilliant recognition, but you're missing the small things of it's not that important and it doesn't actually need to be done. It's just a potential thing that might be used, So very much, it's giving you a lot of hope. It's giving you a lot of optimism, and you're hoping that it's going to give you, a better tomorrow. It's kind of giving you that bit of promise as well, but it's definitely getting you to connect with other people. Now in March then we have a 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is telling me that you, very much like the 5 of Wands, you're not going to be competing anymore. But with this 7 of Wands as well, you're also not even going to bother standing up for yourself. You don't feel the need to. Anybody that tries to come along towards you and challenge you, and if they try and, you know, put you down or anything like that, you're just walking past them. You're not even going to waste your energy on them. They're not worth wasting your energy on them. If you're in the mindset of needing to stand up for yourself, trying to explain yourself, then those people are not worth your time and your effort, and you're very much not interested in explaining yourself and what it is that you want, whatever you're doing. You're very much just walking past it. You're not even bothered anymore. So it's very much like you've lost the energy and the drive to stand up for yourself. So if you're in a particular relationship where you're having to beg for your partner to reciprocate or beg your partner to pay attention to you, you know, it's very much suggesting that you've realized that you're worth a lot more and they're not worth your energy anymore. So you're going to be moving forward. The same with if you're at work, and you've got a lot of people in your energy that, I mean, if you have a look on this particular ones, you can't see who their opponents are. They're unknown. You generally have a good idea, but they tend to be, it's like you're batting them off constantly, having to defend yourself against unknown attacks. It's like energy vampires, people that seem like they're really friendly, but they're constantly asking for your help, constantly asking you how they do something. You could have explained it to them 30 or 40 times, and they'll still pretend that they don't know because they want you to do it for them. They want your energy, they want you to do it, they can't be bothered to do it themselves. And this is very much you taking that step back and saying, no, my energy's worth a lot more. I'm not wasting it on you anymore. We have the Wolf Pathfinder. So release your past and start a new journey. You're a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Now, this is very much about self-love and making sure that you love yourself enough to know when to say no. So very much putting your foot down. By all means, teach people, but the best teachings that you can give people is to teach them how to help themselves. Not having to do it all for them, but very much teach them to help themselves. And sometimes the best way of getting them to help themselves is you to stop helping them completely. Or you can always take a new tactic of, instead of, I mean, one of the things I used to do, where I work, I've got people, sometimes they'll always, a lot of them would used to ask me for help all the time. And me being me, I would go straight to them with the answer. And it very much hit the point where after 6, 7, 8 times of me telling them the answer, telling them where to find the information, giving them the answer, showing them the answer, showing them how to find the answer, they'd still pretend that they didn't know. They'd even have it written in black and white because I've made, a dummy's guide too, and they still wouldn't necessarily spot it. Now, that's not saying that they're not capable of doing that, but it's very much taking up a lot of time and a lot of energy. So instead of doing that, I started taking the tact of, well, how do you think you need to do it? Where do you think you'll find that information? And weirdly enough, it then stopped them asking me the question because they knew they were going to go and have to hunt for it themselves. And it's really weird just getting that mindset of, I'm not going to help you, you've got to help yourself, And it was, to me, it was alien to say no to people. But this very much suggests to me that that's what you need to do. You need to be putting yourself first. You need to be showing them that, yes, you're there to help, but they need to help themselves. We also have help appears in various ways. So again, just kind of reiterating that there's different ways of helping people, not just there's one way and that's the only way. So there is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look at the support systems that are with you continually. So it could also be that you might need to look at getting a bit of help. Maybe you need to get some guidance on how to handle the situation. Maybe you're a little bit stuck on certain things and you don't necessarily know the best way forward. But there are support systems out there, people that will help you move forward and get through this. And then we have the ancient tree, growth, strength, and connection to nature. So very much suggesting that this is going to be a period of growth for you in March. You have got a lot of inner strength and you're very much going to be connected to things around you, but very much having a lot of inner strength and a lot of strength to say no and to walk past any provocation, not letting anything get to you. Now then, in April, we have a death card in the reverse. So you're going through some sort of transition in April, but you are holding on to it. It's a very slow transition. So you're transforming something's coming to an end and you're transforming into something new. It's very much like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly kind of transformation. You're going to be closing out some sort of old door, closing a door, opening up a brand new one, moving into something else. But this is telling me that you've got your claws dug into that old door. You don't want it to close. You're very much that caterpillar that's stuck in the cocoon. You don't want to come out. You're too comfy. But it is telling me that you've got to come out. You've got to emerge from it at some point. It is a slow burn. It is a slow transformation. But something is coming to an end. Now, that could be a state of mind. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. I feel like it's more a state of mind, a state of consciousness, potentially some sort of value that you are holding on to. Maybe just throwing it out there because there's, a couple on it. Well, let's say a couple. You've got a priest and you've got a mum and a child. Maybe you've got something against long-term relationships. And this is you slowly transforming into the idea of going into long-term relationships. It could be maybe you've never really considered the thought of having children, but now you're faced with you're going to have a child, but you're kind of holding on to the hope of, do I want one, don't I want one, but your partner could be pregnant or you could be pregnant and it's on its way. You've got no choice. Kind of. That's what I mean by you've got a transformation coming. You don't have a choice. It's happening. You've just got to try and get along with it, really. Now, it could be something else. Like I say, it could be a relationship coming to an end. Maybe it's something where you've not been happy for a long time and you're slowly coming to terms with it and you're shutting yourself down, and you could just be holding on to it because you're used to it. Maybe you're scared of the unknown. Maybe you're scared of being on your own. Um, but it's suggesting that you are potentially coming out of that again with a job. If you're in a job that's not satisfying you, and you're looking for something else, it could just be that it takes a while for you to find something else. And again, that could be that door closing. We do have dog friend. So today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. So it could even be something to do with your happiness. Potentially your enthusiasm, keeping your enthusiasm up and your energy up. It could be something to do with your emotional maturity as well. Maybe you are going very much from being, how do I put it, emotionally unstable to more stable. Again, that can come in with that, never wanting to have a long-term relationship and deciding that now it's the time to go into one. So transitioning through, gaining that emotional stability, emotional maturity, as well comes in with all of that, kind of getting used to your emotions, knowing what triggers you've got, knowing what makes you angry, knowing how to regulate your emotions, keeping the enthusiasm going. And a lot of this time, you've got certain people that you can look at, certain managers at work. You always prefer an enthusiastic manager over somebody that's not, somebody that keeps the energy going. They're always seeing the hope and the joy in situations, even when everyone else around them is like going, oh my God, this is awful. It's the worst thing that can ever happen. Your manager's always got to stay optimistic. And that's very much suggesting that that could be very much what you're going through. You're trying to keep your optimism up. You're not trying to look on the downside. And that could be what your transition is. Maybe you were a negative person or you had negative energies, and you could be transitioning out of that, trying to look on the positive side, glass half full kind of attitude towards everything. We've got every step counts. So there is an advantage in taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. So going through this transition slowly is going to be beneficial as well, because it's something where you can ease yourself into it. It's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that is slow and gradual. Now, just throwing it out there as well, this transition could be something more on a superficial level. Maybe you're going through some sort of change about yourself, having a bit of a glow up, going on a diet, doing more exercise, kind of, looking after yourself a little bit better, and doing it a little bit at a time gives you that time to put it into, it's like turning it into a routine and getting it as a good routine to keep it going. And then we have the spirit animal, so instinct, nature, and personal power. So very much having that routine, having things going, and taking it slow. It's you taking your time, owning your personal power, to go through with that. Now, in May, your transition could potentially spark off a bit of heartbreak. It could just be that you've got other things that are going on. Now, the Four of Swords is very much a card of healing, and a lot of the time it is healing from heartbreak as well. So this transition, this ending that's happening in April, it could trigger off a much needed healing time. Now, the healing with the Four of Swords in the reverse, it can be some isolation. It's generally quite deep healing that's doing, and you're generally having to, you might be out of a lot of energy. So again, going back to the February as well, you could just be really, really exhausted by the time May comes out. I'm just about to yawn again. So just reiterating the fact that it's tired, so you could be doing a lot of sleeping, you could be taking time out. Now, this could also be physical healing, so you could be taking some time, maybe going in a hospital to do some physical healing. You could be going on some sort of spiritual retreat, taking some time out to look after your spirit as well. Now, we have the dolphin play. Swim in the happy joy of living, inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. So this healing, you very much need to go with the flow of the healing, very much be joyous at the fact that you are alive as well. So whatever this healing is that you're going through, just be happy that you're here, be happy that you're alive, be grateful for those small things. Let go of fear. Very much think of those small things, have that gratitude attitude. Be grateful for all the little things and try and stay as positive as you possibly can. We've got polite declaration. So you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. So very much this healing is suggesting that you are going to be able to do whatever you need to for this healing. You've got a few different options with regards to how you can heal and what you can do for this healing. So it is very much suggesting that you have the power to do what you need to. And we also have the Mystic Table, tools, preparation, and readiness. So this healing is getting you ready and prepared for your future. It is something that is going to be helping you move forward. It's very much something that is going to be giving you the necessary tools to deal with things for your higher good. You're going to be very much transitioning into something that's more suitable for you, and that is very much more along it's like your destined path. So very much getting you prepared for the rest of your life, really, giving you the tools that you need to move forward, and not repeat certain mistakes and certain things from the past, and making sure you're as healthy and healed as you can possibly be. Now in June then we do have an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Now this could represent a few different things. Generally it does represent a little bit of a financial loss. So possibly there's been a promotion you've been going for at work and it may not have materialized. You may have missed out on that particular opportunity. It could also be that you may have been hoping for some sort of inheritance, some sort of payout, and it's not really come through, or it's not as much as you were expecting. Now, the Ace of Pentacles does represent a bit of a lack of stability. So it could be a missed relationship that you feel could have made you more stable as well. It could be very much missing out on a job, or at least you feel like it's missing out on a job. But at the end of the day, the way with this, it means that it wasn't meant for you. And it does mean that something better will come in later on. But this particular opportunity wasn't what you needed, and it's not at the right time for you. So it is all within divine timing. So we have the squirrel, always prepared. So that's going back onto this mystic table as well, with it being prepared. So we've got you are that expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you what you need. So don't let this loss distract you from your bigger picture. You're still going to get what you need. You just need to make a plan to move forward. But again, it's talking about remaining fun, remaining optimistic, having that fun, playful attitude, keeping that maintained. We've got disengage from outcomes. So let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. So if you feel like you need to, maybe you feel like you've made some mistakes in the past, this is suggesting that you need to forgive yourself for those. Let go of whatever has happened. The same with if you've got people within your energy in the past that you may feel have wronged you and they've caused you to miss out on things. Again, forgive them if you're able to. And realize that a lot of the time people don't do things out of spite. It's just generally that they're either not healed themselves, or they just don't know. They may not have the consciousness to know that they've done something that could upset you or could make you lose out on something. A lot of the time, people don't understand that. A lot of people tend to have a very selfish mindset because of the way that they've been brought up, and there are lots of people out there that don't even realise that, and they wouldn't even know that they're being selfish. And it's really weird to witness, and especially when you've spotted something and you ask them why they've done it and they don't seem to realize what it is that they've done. It's really odd. Coming from, I'm not a big fan of people being selfish on things, and sometimes just witnessing somebody being selfish, I don't understand it, and it confuses me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand how people can do something that's so selfish that it hurts other people, you know. But watching these people do it, and if you ask them about it, and they're like, they've got no idea what they've done, no idea, and it baffles them to think that they've been selfish. And sometimes it's very much of you have to forgive them because they've got no clue. They don't, because they've been brought up in such a dysfunctional background and things might have happened to them when they were younger. They might find or feel like it's absolutely normal because they've witnessed it, or they've, had it happen to them and people didn't bat an eyelid. And it's just really odd. But obviously, once you've brought it up and you've highlighted it to them and you've pointed it out, if they then go and do it again, well, then that's them doing it out of choice. And they're doing it to be nasty, and they're doing it to prove that they're being selfish. But unless it's already happened, unless it's happened at least once where you've pointed it out to them, you kind of have to forgive them, you know, because a lot of the time they're not together enough to realize it. Now, we also have the Phoenix rising, so renewal, resilience, and rebirth. So, very much having the resilience to get through whatever this is, potentially having a bit of a renewal as well, a bit of renewal of hope, a bit of renewal of, you know, I say hope, yeah, very much hope. I want to try and think of something else that could be renewal, but all I'm getting is hope coming in, very much hoping for a better tomorrow, and potentially renewing whatever it is you were doing before, but with a bit more vigor because you want it to work out better. Having a bit of a rebirth of your own convictions too. Now, in July, then, we have a Three of Wands in the reverse. So you may have been waiting for something to pan out for you. And this is telling me that you're fed up of waiting now. You're very much ready to take the steps forward and move away from whatever it is you're waiting for. Now, usually when the Three of Wands is in the upright, you're waiting for something that you've already done, and you're waiting for the payoff from that. So sometimes at work, it could be that maybe you've done a big project and you're waiting for the bonus payoff. This is potentially saying that it's not coming and you're not waiting around anymore. Maybe you've keep being promised a promotion at work, the dangling of the carrot, and it's just not materializing. So this is you very much turning your back on it and saying, I'm not waiting around anymore. I'm going to look elsewhere. We have the hawk messenger. Spirit is you sending, I can't even talk now, crikey. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on your priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. So you're very much going to be getting messages from your spirits. You could be getting this through signs and synchronicities. You could also be getting messages through your dreams. They're giving you some sort of message, potentially telling you to stop waiting and move forward. And it's very much suggesting that you don't let things take you off your focus. What do you want? Keep going towards it. Don't let other distractions, don't let disappointments get in your way. And then we've got blend into the environment. So you have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what is going on around you and adjust accordingly. So you can adjust to whatever you need to do. You're very adaptable. You are very much just taking it on the chin. So it could very much be you moving into a new workplace, just adapting to it, very much not waiting for things to happen anymore in an old one. Like I say, if you've been having a carrot dangled towards you, you're very much just moving forward from it. If you were waiting for a particular person to come back, or waiting for communication from someone, or waiting for a relationship to take the next stage, this could be very much you not waiting for that anymore. If you're in a relationship, you could be putting the message out there to ask if it's going to go any further. And if they're not responding, you're calling it quits. You're adapting to the situation. You're doing what you need to. And then we have the golden apple, reward, temptation, and knowledge. So instead of you waiting for that reward, you're going to be chasing it to gain that. And if it doesn't come through for you, you are very much learning a lot from it. Now, you could have certain things that are going to be tempting for you to do. You know, maybe they keep dangling that temptation of a carrot in front of your face, trying to get you to stay where they want you, but you're not having any of it. You're very much learning and wising up to the situations. Now, in August, then we have a Seven of Swords, and that's in the reverse. So, the Seven of Swords in the reverse is telling me that either you or somebody else around you is coming clean on something. Now, this is very much planning that is being done out in the open, somebody being very loud and proud of what they're doing as well, laying all the cards out on the table and making sure that there's clarity and transparency in whatever's going on. In the upright, it could be very much somebody lying, cheating, deceiving. In the reverse, they're not trying to get away with anything. There may be a lot of planning going on, but nobody is trying to deceive anyone. There is a lot of being open and honest going on there. We have the pronghorn action. So now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. So very much suggesting that if somebody is coming towards you, being open and clear on what they want, you might be taking action towards that. It could be that you are putting out there what it is that you want, and it could be drawing people in towards you. You know, a lot of the time, if you put out there, is it LinkedIn, where you put what kind of jobs you're looking at, you get a lot of recruiters then contacting you, if you have all your skills and things on there. So it could very much be you putting that out into the world, and the world then bringing it into you. So we've got love where you are. So use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. So very much make a decision based on your whole. Don't use your head or your heart. Make sure you're making that decision from both of them to move into whatever it is that you do want. We also have the winter solstice, reflection, pause, and rebirth. So, reflecting on what it is that you do want and making sure that you're taking that time to make that decision and that you're not jumping into it hastily, so that you can use your whole being, mind, heart, soul, head, and your heart, making sure that you're making the decision based on what you actually want and not what somebody is forcing you into or pushing you into. Now in September then we have the Justice card. So this Justice card is very much you making a final decision on something. Now this could be any number of things. If this is a relationship, it could represent a potential reconciliation. It could be you making a decision to finally walk away from them. It could be that you are making a decision to just be friends, get closure, and that kind of thing where the reconciliation energy is concerned. It could also be something to do with a job where you're finally deciding that that's it, you're moving away from that job or you're going towards a particular one. Whatever this judgment is, it is very much what comes at the end of you closing out a cycle, just before very much the World card is the end of the cycle. And it is you making that final decision, and it is a decision that you may not revisit. It's going to be a bit of a life-changing decision, something that will help you close out this chapter, something that your soul is learning all about. And it's something that your soul's going to remember. And then we've got the raccoon inventor. So decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So very much making sure that you are making the decisions that you want. So following your heart, making sure that what you are deciding is truly what you want and not making that decision unless you've done it from integrity. Now, it also suggests that you need to make sure that you're steering clear of self-sabotaging yourself, and avoiding anybody that could try and influence your decision. We have pushed to the surface. So you may have become complacent, you might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. So this decision could very well be a long time coming, and it's something that you need to do in order to break free from the particular cycle that you're in. Maybe there is something that you're doing that has been keeping you feeling very stuck, and this is very much you making that final decision, having that final push to close it out. We've got the wise owl, so wisdom, knowledge, and perspective. So you're very much going to be looking at this with a lot of knowledge. You've got a lot of wisdom within you. Your soul knows exactly what it needs to do now, and you've now got that perspective to move forward that you may not have had previously. Now, in October, we have the Ten of Wands. So you're very much at an end of a cycle, something that has been burdening you, you're now ready to release. So you've been carrying these beautiful wands along with you for a while, and you're ready to put them down and move forward. So whatever this burden is for you, could be a number of things. It's something you may have even been feeling the weight of it on your shoulders. So we have hummingbird miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Again, talking about you being happy and positive. So very much you either need to stay positive or you're a very, very happy, positive person, because that's a lot of positivity cards. But yeah, you putting down a burden and being positive and happy about things. We've got distinctive potential. So rely on your faith and the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang in there until you realise a goal. So it could very well be that you need to hang in there just a little bit longer to release this burden of whatever it is. It's very much on its way out and you are at the end of it. It could just be that you've been hanging on there already for a while and this is literally you're at the end of it now. Ready for that goal to come to fruition. It's been something that's burdening you for a while and you're ready to end it. And we have the eclipse, so creativity, writing, and expression. So it could be something where you may have been doing something very creative. Now, it could even be that you need to do something creative to help you release this burden. Maybe you need to talk about it a little bit, express it somehow, whether it's painting to express that burden and release it, whether it is, you know, writing about it, make writing a story, blogging, whether you're making videos. It could even be something like expressing it through exercise. You know, maybe you go boxercise or something to get out some sort of frustrations and burdens that way. But very much making sure that you're getting it out, expressing it somehow. Now, that can be any way, shape, or form, but making sure that you are releasing it in a creative fashion, not letting it build up and build up until you can't take it anymore. Now in November then we have two cards. So we have a five of pentacles and we have a page of pentacles. Now the page is in the reverse there. The five of pentacles then, to me this is a bit of a card of playing a victim. And the reason why I say that is they're outside of a church. The card is supposed to represent having a lack of support, having a lack of finances, being in poverty. But I say it's people playing the victim and keeping themselves in poverty. So I'm really sorry if you're going through that. I'm not saying it's your fault, but what I am saying is there is help there. So if you are feeling that you are lacking things, you're lacking people, you're lacking finances, there are people that can help. It's just that you need to go and seek them out. So here you've got two people, they're standing outside of a church. Now on some five of pentacles cards, just here, just offside, because some of them are a lot bigger, not so much a lot bigger, but the picture, so like they're a bit smaller on the picture. You've actually got a doorway here with a priest normally standing in it. And they could very easily go into the church and get some help, but they choose not to. And that's why I say it's very much somebody playing the victim, because they're choosing not to get that help. They're choosing not to go into that shelter. They're choosing to stay in the cold, in the snow. You know, so it's very much a card of somebody Like I say playing the victim and playing the blame game and keeping themselves stuck because they're not getting the help that they want. Now, it doesn't have to mean that. It could very well mean that you're feeling like you've been abandoned by somebody or something. Maybe you've lost a job. Maybe you have lost a relationship and you're feeling obviously abandoned from it. But like I say, there are helps available. And it's not the end of the world because after the 5 comes the 6, and the 6 is a card all about giving. Now, the Page of Pentacles, he's a little bit clumsy and a little bit unskilled. So it could potentially be that something's happened and you don't necessarily know which direction to go in, and you just feel really clumsy. And you don't feel like you've got the skills to go forward. You may feel like you don't know how to get help, and that could be very much why you're sitting in this kind of poverty mindset, because you don't know what direction to go in. You don't feel like you've got the skills that you need to go and get some help, or to break free from it. Now we've got puffin partnership. So accept yourself and your colourful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Again, talking about you being happy and positive. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So if you don't know what direction to go into, or you're lacking a few skills, this is telling me you need to ask for help. You may not know the answers, but somebody else might. So very much if it's a work situation, ask for help. Reach out and take the help that you can get, because teamwork is the dream work, you know? Now, it could be very much maybe you're in a partnership with a person, and you might need to reach out to your partner to ask for help if it's not something you're used to doing. It could even be that if you've fallen out with somebody, you know, you might have friends and family that you need to ask for help. It could even be that you just need to ask a professional for help as well. They are, after all, within your community. You might have, you know, community leaders that you can go and talk with, that can guide you in the best direction, or at least give you some options so that you can make the best choice for yourself. We have gentle moderation as well. So take time. Pressure from your others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you're trying to accomplish. So very much working out what it is that you actually want and taking your time when you get in there. Now, a lot of the times I read this as renegotiating what you want to accomplish is you might decide that, you know, you want a particular job in a particular field and you're just going to go for it, whether you've got the skills or not. Instead, you could look at it as going, I'm going to learn how to do this job. So instead of you chastising yourself because you've got the job and then you can't do it and you're making mistakes, take the steps of doing, I'm going to learn how to do this job, looking at it as you renegotiating what you wanted. You just want to learn how to do that job. You don't want to just get in that job and do it straight away. You want to learn how to do it. And that way you're going to come out with less mistakes. People are going to know what to expect because you're learning it. You're not sitting there saying, I can do this job, I'm perfect at it, give it me right now. You're learning it. You know, you're telling people, you're being open and honest, saying, yeah, I don't know how to do everything, but I'm going to learn how to do it. So if I don't know how to do it, I'll ask. And that way it will bring you the help that you need. It will keep people's expectations where they need to be, and it will help you prevent making more mistakes. And if you are making mistakes, it's going to be things that people are going to be expecting you to do, because they're not going to be expecting you to be perfect at it. And then we've got the Starlit Cloak. So protection, mystery, and the cosmos. So you are divinely protected here. There is a bit of a mystery that's going on around you as well. You may feel like you don't know a lot of information, and that could be why you need to reach out and ask for help. But the universe is there to guide you as well. So you're going to have messages and you're going to have guidance from your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors. You just need to tap into it and listen to it. So very much leaning into your intuition and keeping an eye out for those signs and synchronicities to let you know that you're on the right path. Now, December then, we have a Page of Cups in the reverse and we have a Two of Wands in the reverse. Now, this is telling me that you're being a little bit impatient with something. So that could be either with yourself or with a job. It's very much you charging ahead. Um, Normally the two of wands, he's making plans to make some sort of successful partnership when he's in the upright. In the reverse, he's just charging ahead. He's not making the plans. He's very much jumping into things without thinking and just running with it and hoping for the best. And we have the Page of Cups. Now, he's lacking a bit of inspiration, the Page of Cups. In the upright, he's somebody that's very creative, very fun, very flirty, very innocent energy. In the reverse, he's still innocent. He doesn't let his emotions rule him. But yeah, he's very much lacking inspiration for anything creative. He's a little bit creatively blocked. So it could suggest to me that you're running into things, but you haven't actually had the full ideas materialize into it. You're not necessarily picking a direction and going with a direction. You're just jumping into things hastily without knowing what you're actually doing. It could very much symbolize that you may not even you might not even like what it is that you're doing as well. So whatever it is you're running into or jumping into, whatever it is you're not waiting on, isn't even bringing you any emotional fulfillment. You don't even like it, which is never good. Now we have Frog, prosperity. So let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. Again, talking about being positive. Now, it could very well be that you need to be positive because you've got these kind of, I want to say they're a bit negative, really, when they're in the reverse. And we've got some negative cards before it too, you know, because it's you're not wanting to wait, you're not wanting to plan things out, you just want it now. But you don't like it. Maybe you're jumping into a job, but you don't get any fulfillment from it. You know, you're just going into it because you feel like you need the money, and it could be that might be what it is. It could be that you're jumping into a relationship potentially with somebody because you just need to be in a relationship. Maybe you're one of those people that don't like being on your own, so you jump into a relationship to have a companion, but you're actually not emotionally tied to them and you actually don't like them. You just want them around because you don't want to be on your own, you know? Now, this is suggesting to me that you do embrace the change, that you let things go from the past, embrace the change. What could be around you could actually be really good for you, you know, but you need to embrace it. You need to see the joy in it. You need to be thankful for what you've got. And there are new opportunities that are very close for you as well. But you need to make sure that you're seeing the good in things and the joy in things. So even if it's a job that you don't particularly like, you know, there's going to be some good aspects of it, whether it is the people in the job or whether it's certain things around it that you like. Maybe it could even just be the experience that you're gaining from it that could be good for going into another job, you know. But seeing that particular joy, seeing that those hopeful, optimistic things within it could bring it up. You know, if it's you being in a relationship with somebody that you didn't necessarily want to be in a relationship with, you just don't want to be on your own, you know, finding the joy, keeping it fun, finding the joy in having that person that is willing to be around you, you know, for those purposes, keeping it fun, making them aware that that's, you know, you just want a bit of companionship, not necessarily anything more from it, being realistic, but making sure that you're, you know, so you're embracing that change, making them aware of things, and you never know, opportunities might come up from it. They might be very happy to do that. And we've got facing your fears as well. So look for ways to strengthen your connections to the universe and others. Stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. So very much looking at yourself, knowing who it is that you are, embracing yourself and being honest with people, facing those fears head on. especially if it's something where you're getting yourself into something that you don't particularly want to be doing, you don't necessarily like, just because you feel like it's got to pay your bills, or just because you haven't necessarily faced all of your fears yet, you know? Very much owning it and dealing with it. Now, we also have the open book. So this is telling me that you're going to be gaining a lot of knowledge from this. You potentially need to open yourself up as well to people or places, or to the opportunities that are being presented to you. So like I say, if it's a relationship, opening yourself up to that person, you might actually find that you do really enjoy it and you actually get on with them and you really like the relationship you're in. Opening yourself up to the possibility that you could really enjoy the job, you know? And you'll find that there's a lot of potential there as well when you do start opening yourself up a lot more. Right, now we're going to get some other advice and see what else is going on in the year. So let's get you some romance angels so we can see what's going on with your love life in 2025. We're also going to get you an angel of abundance, an angel of light. What's going on there? And we're going to get you a kitchen witch oracle as well, to see if there's anything that spirit want to give you for help. Wow, it keeps on chucking out tons of these romance angels. You've got a lot of romance going on then in 2025. It's like half of the deck, twice. So we've got new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Now that could mean you've got children. It could mean that your new person's got children. We've got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Past life partnership, you've known each other before. Wedding, this situation involves marriage. Maybe that's what you're not waiting for. Maybe you want to take that next step and you want to charge towards them. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. You deserve love. You are lovable. And free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And from what I can see, you either need to stay positive or you need to get positive. Because, yeah, so many positivity cards that are out here. Okay, so we've got take a divinely guided change. No, take a divinely guided chance. I can't even read. So all positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind what is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Beautiful. Flexibility. I don't know if this is actually focusing on this. It doesn't look like it focuses, so I don't know if you can actually see flexibility at the top. So life is full of changes and surprises. Your guidance is to move with the current, for it's resisting the flow which creates problems. Ask your angel to help your mind and heart, ask your angel to help you open your mind and heart to new ideas and fresh opportunities. When you accept the possibilities that are there, when you accept the possibility that there are other ways, previously unseen doorways will be opened to you, and you'll move easily through change. There is a solution to every problem, so look at all things with eyes of love and expectation. Then life force will flow freely through you. You feel healthy and alive and access the necessary resources and wisdom within yourself to help you through change. Your affirmation, I am free and flexible. Now over here we had one about going with the flow as well. So definitely, you know, maintaining flexibility when you're going with the flow. Right, let's see if there's any kitchen witch. So is there any herb that you could add to your culinary delights or fragrance that you should be smelling to help you get through the year? Nutmeg, lovely. Look. Love a bit of nutmeg, especially on some hot chocolate or in some cakes. Right, so when I appear in your kitchen, you can be sure that your look will improve. This may sound too good to be true, but haven't you been asking for a change in fortune lately? Carry me as a charm to ensure a favourable outcome in legal matters or in your pocket to bring you luck on your travels. Add me to beverages to enhance visions through meditation or rub a little oil onto your temples to open up your natural clairvoyant abilities. Anointing green candles with nutmeg essential oil during money spells will draw prosperity to your household, and carrying a whole nutmeg seed when gambling in card games will bring you all the luck you need to be a winner. There is no illusion, for Lady Luck is on your side as you roll that dice, knowing that today you cannot lose. Now, I'm not condoning you to go and gamble, and I'm not condoning you to go and gamble a lot of money with nutmeg in your pocket, because when it says that you're not going to lose, you may lose your money, but you're not going to lose out on the knowledge and the learning that comes with that losing of your money, because you're not going to do it again. So just be wary of that. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to lose out your money. It could mean that you're not going to lose out on the opportunity of growth. Right, let's get you, we're going to get you some Moonology cards. Now, these should give us the idea is to get the rough moon cycles of where your biggest challenges are going to be lying in 2025. Let's get one more to help us try and pinpoint where your biggest challenges are going to crop up. So we've got balance, spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. And a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get your biggest challenges for the year. And then we are going to get your advice cards as well. So, Spirit, can we get cards for the challenges, the biggest challenges of 2025 for Scorpio, and some advice on how they can best tackle that, please? Get some advice can we get some the challenges for Scorpio and some cards for some advice? Thank you. I'm going to leave that one there. Clearly wanting to be with the challenges card. It's a lot for advice, but we'll take them. So, in your challenges then. So the Prince of Cups in the reverse, that Page of Cups is going to be one of your big challenges. So lacking inspiration and creativity, potentially not feeling your emotions there as well, not necessarily liking what it is that you're doing. That is going to be a big challenge. Now we also have the Chariot, so having successful movement forward, possibly moving itself, celebration as well. This is also going to be something that's a challenge, so having that forward momentum could be a big challenge for you. Now, like I say, that could physically be moving. It could also be just aligning your heart with your head, because a lot of the time with the Chariot, if you have a look, he doesn't actually have any reins on these. These horses pull themselves. It's very much like one's your heart, one's your head, and they have to both be aligned in order to move forward. So it's very much suggesting to me that that forward momentum, having that alignment between your heart and your head, could be an issue. Now, we did see cards out here as well about making sure that you're making decisions with your heart and your head, and that you're in full alignment when you're making those decisions. We have an Ace of Pentacles, so opening up to new emotionally fulfilling opportunities could also be a big challenge to you. Maybe there's certain things that's happened in the past that you've yet to release, and it's causing you some blockages, and you might not be grasping hold of the things that are coming towards you. And then we have a Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So definitely not releasing things is a big challenge. Now, this could also mean you may be feeling like you're lacking stability, and that lack of stability could be obviously a big challenge. It could be that maybe you lose a little bit of money here as well. Now, we did have that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, so this can also go hand in hand with that. So this can also be a loss of money, the same as that Ace of Pentacles could be. So it could very well suggest that you may be feeling a lack of stability at some point, and that is going to be challenging for you. Now, the advice that we have for you. So we have the Lovers to start with. So the Lovers is very much you making a choice of things. That is having your heart and your head aligned, and it is being in full unity. Now, it could very well be a partnership. So it could be that you need to, make sure that in a partnership that you're in, that you are communicating with your partner, and that you are doing things as a team, and that you are fully aligned on things. It could be that you need to make a choice out of partners. It could be that you need to make a choice out of jobs. Very much your advice there is to make a choice, if it is a choice, and make sure that you are aligned within yourself as well, and as well with your partner. We have a Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, again suggesting about making decisions with other people. So the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, she's very independent. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're single, it's just independent. In the reverse, it's not necessarily being quite so independent, it's relying on others as well. Yes, she's very stable in her own right still, but she also relies on others to help maintain that stability. So, making sure that you are connecting with other people if that is what you need. We have the Empress, so making sure that you stay grounded as well. The Empress is very nurturing too, so nurturing any connections that you've got, making sure that you're honoring yourself too. The Empress is very much very confident. I mean, here she's gorgeous looking, with that beautiful gold all over her head, draped in stuff, very confident, very. She doesn't need anything. She gets all of her desires satisfied. And it's suggesting to me that you need to make sure that your wants and your needs are being taken care of. She's very much somebody that makes sure that she gets what she wants and what she needs, but she also looks after other people at the same time. So maintaining that very nurturing bond with your children, if you've got children, making sure that you are nurturing your environment as well as yourself, looking after yourself, and basically making sure that you're empowered, having that very much empowered feminine aspect of yourself. Now, you could be a very masculine person. You don't have to be a feminine empress. You can be a masculine empress. It's just personality trait. So if you are a man, embody your femininity as well. Absolutely fine there. Very much embodying that uniqueness, that embracing of yourself, your self love, and very much having empathy for others as well with that Empress. So seeing things from other people's perspectives, not being narrow minded, but making fair decisions where they're needed. We do have the Death card, so making sure that you are closing out that cycle. Having that transition, not holding on to it for too long. It is going to happen. You just need to let it happen. So if you're holding on to something tightly and you're finding that you're feeling a bit low and a bit sad about something, this is saying rip that band-aid off, let it happen. And we then have the Prince of Pentacles. So the Prince of Pentacles is a little bit clueless. And basically this is telling me it's fine to not know the direction that you're going in. As long as you've got a general idea, it doesn't matter what path you go on, because at the end of the day, all paths are going to lead to the same destination. So it's fine not knowing which direction you're going to be going in. Okay, so embrace that you don't necessarily know at this point in time. It doesn't matter. And we do have the Temperance as well. So trying to keep the faith. It may seem like things are lacking faith at times, and you may feel like your intuition is lacking a little bit and you could be a little bit out of balance, but trying to keep that faith, trying to keep yourself grounded as well will all help along with that. Right, well, that's what I've got for you, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed your read for 2025. If you managed to make it all the way to the end, Thank you very much. It is very well appreciated. If you did like your reading today, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me, then don't forget to subscribe. And if you press that notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. I do really appreciate all the subscriptions that I have got. The support has been absolutely fantastic. And I do hope to post new content through 2025 as well. But thank you for all of your support. It has been a wonderful year. Thank you very much and good luck.